Welcome to my little feedback to your last show, the Lightworks review or preview, where you just showed an alpha run daily build of Lightworks, and I have to say I'm not very impressed by Lightworks, at least what you showed from Lightworks. And in this screencast I want to give a feedback on what you showed on your show about Lightworks and how this is already possible in Kdenlive. So in a full, let's say, and ready product that's available for everyone out there which uses Linux. So let's start.
Let's take a look at Lightworks. We've got it loaded up on our computer here, and let's just start with our first impression.
Yeah.
Very unique UI.
Very unique. It felt a little bit like Lives meets I always get this wrong. Cinelara.
Yeah.
It feels like Lives meets Cinelara. I mean, it's what it strikes me as.
So let's start Kdenlive. You can see it's starting very fast. And okay, the user interface is a little bit light in the color scheme, but this depends on the color scheme that you've set on your system. But there's a cool feature on the settings which allows you to set different themes. And here you have dozens of themes, and I particularly like, if you want a dark looking theme, just like in Lightworks, you can go to the Obsidian Coast here, and then you have a darker looking bluish theme, which is, I think, pretty cool for this. Now the user interface, pretty unique user interface is set. This is basically every user interface is configurable, just like the Kdenlive user interface. So you can pop out my project monitor here with all my clips. I can just pop it in somewhere else again if I want to, or have it as a separate window here floating around. I have to, of course, the option to just disable the effect stack if I don't want it. Can also drag it in here, just like Lightworks has it. Minimize it here. Let me delete this, and let me delete this. And now I have pretty much the same layout that Chris just created on Lightworks.
It's very fast.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and even working with challenging files here.
Wow.
So if you're watching the video version, you're going to get the extra sheet. For you audio folks, I'll try to break it down for you as much as I can. In the import screen here, you just start off, as an editor, I like the technical details I get right here. I can see here's my 3 clips. I see what codec they are. I see this is a 240p file, so I know that it's a it's a progressive file. It's 4:3. I can see that it's an AVC HD codec. There's its frame rate and its file size, and I can just grab those. Maybe I can grab them both and import them into my editor. So there, boom.
Adding clips in Kdenlive is as simple as hitting the add button, choose the clip, and it's now imported. And what I can see here is the length of the clip. I can see the location if I hover over it, and I have the option to right click and click on clip properties to see all the properties of the clip, just like the video codec, the frame size, the frame rate, the pixel aspect ratio, the pixel format, the audio format, the markers if I have any markers in here, so I can set markers to a different file, save those markers, and then restore them again. Very nice and useful. I can see metadata, so the for example, the Apple Video Media Handler, the stream language, the creation time, the major brand, the minor version, and some advanced options like I can force the aspect ratio, I can force the frame rate, or something like this on this clip. I also have the option to give it a description so that other editors then can just simply read this description in my clip library.
I'm playing with this Computer Chronics file here, right? And the Computer Chronicles. This is an AVC HD H.264 file, an MP4 file. Most video editors are not capable of whipping through files like this without
massive slowdown.
Yeah, I mean,
huge.
The most recent editors that do GPU acceleration can do it now. But the editors that are sort of, it's generally because of the math involved in decoding and
So this is an H.264 HD MP4 file, and I can wipe through it, as you can see, very clearly and softly without any major problems, and it cuts much more smoothly when you just go a little bit slower, or if you don't record a screencast when just cutting or editing video.
Because that's what I'm more familiar with, right? So I can just mark my in points and I can mark my out points right here in here, and I can in my editor here I can add another track, hopefully. And now that I've marked my in and out points, I just drag that video clip down here. We'll say yes, add it, and I can say add it to the top, which is nice. I like how it lets you choose that. And now that I've marked my in and out on that, on which clip was it? The CD-ROM one, right?
CD-ROM.
Now when I drag it down to my timeline, you see it brings down just the section that I marked in and out.
That's slick.
Very, standard stuff there, but very easy to figure out. I just pick this
For
up.
a Linux editor, this is slick. Yeah.
I'm already kind of familiar with how to do this, and now I can extend it past the marked in and out that I did, or anything like that. And I can just disable the tracks below it, tracks above it. Very
and you got your
nice.
usual zoom in and out, and I believe I've spotted undo and redo.
Yes,
to the far right.
Yes,
so that is cool.
That was something.
So first of all, I have the option to just set various different keyboard shortcuts for Kdenlive. So if I go to my configure shortcuts in here in settings, you can see that for every possible option in Kdenlive, I can just set a keyboard shortcut. And there are some already set, so that you can just easily edit them or create your own shortcut profile, just like in Final Cut Express or Adobe Premiere or something like this. And you can then just also print them out. So if you have some custom thing and you're afraid of forgetting them, you can just print them out if you want them to hang out above your desk or something like this. I can also crop a clip just by hitting a start point and an end point, and then just right click on my video track, insert new track, and I can insert this track right before or after my video track 1, so that I also have the possibility to add another video track between 1 and 2, which is pretty nice. But for the sake of this demonstration, I will add a track before video 1. And then I can just drag and drop this clip that I cut it out in here.
Now this is interesting. So I have 3 video clips here, and you can see there's one of them that the import bin has recognized as incompatible with my current project, right? Mm-hmm. I can right-click on that incompatible file and say transcode that, and then I can transcode it right here in the menu to something that's compatible with the editor.
That is slick.
Yeah, that's really nice.
That's a big plus. Oh, man.
And they have an option in here. They have uncompressed video as an option, which is how I prefer to work with, is uncompressed video.
Yeah, of course.
So, and they're they're supporting DNX HD.
If a clip is incompatible or just crashes Kdenlive somehow, you have the option to transcode this video. So right click on this clip, then you have the option to transcode. You can have the DNX HD formats. You have fix MPEG-1, Octa-Aura, lossless Matroska if you want to remux to MPEG-2 or remux to MQV. So this is all possible just with a right click and transcode. You also have the option to extract the audio to a WAV file or stabilize the video with video step, either VStep or transcode.
So the fact that they're supporting DNX HD literally means that is one of the fundamental pieces it needs to be useful in the Jupiter Broadcasting workflow, but any high-scale video production where quality matters. Yeah. Them integrating that codec is huge.
Well, it's a commitment to professionalism,
and it also means you can interchange Lightworks video files with non-Lightworks video editors.
Exactly.
So you could give it to somebody who's on Avid, or you could give it to somebody who's on Premiere, or whatever else can support DNX HD. That is huge. So I gotta say, massively impressed here.
So, in the end, I'm not very impressed. At least the features that you showed were basically the same features that I also have in Kdenlive. There are perhaps a lot of good features in Lightworks as well, just like the collaboration feature, which allows you to perhaps over the internet, over the air, share or edit on one document would be very nice, would be very interesting, would be blow my mind if this has happened, but I'm not seeing this right now. And so as a video editor that uses Linux as a video editing platform, I really don't see any benefit of using an alpha stage software, or even when the final version is out, I might test it out, but there's no killer feature that kills my current workflow with Kdenlive. Yes, and this video was edited with Kdenlive, and this without a single crash.